Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you guys about what's going to be coming soon because I have an urgency like never before because this is what's coming. And we have to resist this when it comes. Like I said, what they're pushing on right now is biometrics. They're bringing biometrics. They're getting people prepared for the mark of the beast. Because many people don't realize what this is. Because the Bible is clear. Okay, just hold on a sec. I'm going to go get the scriptures, and I'll read it, and then I'll explain it. Revelation chapter 13. Look at that. I opened it right up to Revelation. But it's only at Revelation 15. So I want to go to Revelation chapter 13. I'll start from 16 and on. Then I'll explain this after. Okay, right here. And he causes all, the small and the great, and the rich and the poor, and the free man and the slaves, to be given a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. And he provides that no one should be able to buy or to sell except the one who has the mark, either the number of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for the number is that of a man, and his number is 666, which is 666. Okay, I'm going to start from here. Where does it say? To be given a mark on their right hand. Okay, let me get into this. Do we see any type of payments, like people paying for using body parts and paying for stuff? Because they are conditioning people for the mark of the beast. Because with biometrics, like what we just finished reading, like they're getting people used to paying for stuff just with their hand. Okay? And it says their forehead as well. So when you do facial recognition, because some cell phones already, the only way you can turn it on is through facial recognition if they want. But the new computers that are going to be coming out, the only way that they'll be able to the only way that people will be able to use them is if they do a palm scan. It's gonna scan their hand. And isn't that funny? That it's the right hand, just like the Bible said. So they're conditioning people for the mark of the beast because this is the globalist agenda, is to bring the whole entire world under biometrics. They're getting people's minds accustomed to it, to get them used to paying for stuff with their hands and their face. And plus, starting this fall in Newtown, I don't know where Newtown is. I don't know if it's in Connecticut or Florida. But the children, when they go on the buses, they're going to be scanning their eyes and so on. They're going to be scanning their eyes. But I want to explain to you guys what biometrics is. It's 3 measurements of the body. Basically, that's what it is. So the first step would be is you put your hand on a machine. It digitally takes your palm in your hand. So it takes your hand. And the next step would be you put these things on your eyes. It takes a picture of your eyes so you can do an iris scan. And the next thing would be they take a digital picture of your face. So now you're in the system and they can actually capture digital signature. So think about it. They're trying to make it all sound good, ladies and gentlemen. But this is dead wrong. This is against the Constitution. Because say if you go to, because you're already in the system, by the way. Once you go into biometrics, you're already registered. So think about if you go to a bank. Sorry, ma'am, or sorry, sir, can you give us your signature? So instead of you, okay, let me find here. Instead of you getting a pen to write down your signature, you're not going to have to write down your signature. All that you're going to have to do is touch automatically. Your data will be your DNA, what's it called? Your DNA will be your new data because you're already registered. So automatically, because you're already in the system, once you touch it, boom, your picture comes up, all your files are on that computer, and everything's registered. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the police state. This is what's happening. This is the police state because the governments said that they are going to enforce this upon the citizens of the world. All the governments of the world are working behind it because this is a new world order. This is the one world government that's getting ready. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of this. Like, it's literally incredible. And I want to read this to you guys as well. I think this was back in 2008 or 2009. Henry Kissinger. He's part of the Bilderbergs, and he's part of other shadow secret organizations, societies. This is what he had to say about Obama. Okay. And recently, Henry Kissinger declared, U.S. President Barack Obama has been elected at a unique moment in history that could allow him to create this new world order. This new world order. And isn't it funny? I never thought of that till I was talking to my brother. Because remember when Obama came on the stage? The first thing he said is, "It's been a long time coming." What has been a long time coming? So my brother's like, see, he's telling the people right there, and they don't even get it. I didn't even get it until my brother told me about it. Now it makes perfect sense, because he comes up on the stage, he's like everybody's cheering. He's like, "It's been a long time coming. Hope has come to America." Like how he goes on and on and on. But I want to get into this. I think it was back in 2008 or 2009 at one of the Bilderberg meetings. They had a plan that was laid out. By 2017, the Bilderberg's plan is to have everybody on the globe implanted with a microchip. And this is for real, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's going on, okay? People need to realize that this is not a joke. This is what's going on here. Okay, so they're getting people used to biometrics, because biometrics is on the rising. Like right now, in India, 1.2 billion of its citizens are already gone into biometrics, and I think they said Nigeria is going to go into biometrics by 2015. This is going everywhere. Okay, this is the globalist plan. This is the new technology that they're setting up. They're trying to make it all sound good and all sound nice. They're going to make it sound nothing but good, but it's not. This is their power grab to get the people into the system. Because once everybody's under biometrics, your whole life is already a your whole life is already a microscope. They know everything about you because they're creating massive databases on each and every single person. Because each time you use a credit card, debit card, they're meddling data. Okay? They know everything about it. They're whatever. They have it all. Same thing with cell phones. Cell phones are tracking. They're spying on you. They're using it to track your every move. Because these people want absolute control. So I wanted to say this. Yeah, by 2017 they said there's going to be a universal ID database. And isn't it funny that the FBI has been working on a biometric database? They said the next generation is biometrics. So whoever's listening to this, you must resist this and you must reject it. Because this is what's happening. They're trying to make it all sound good. Like people are taking they're conditioning the people. Like they have no problem with it. Some people do and some people don't. But people that have a problem with it, it's good. They have a problem with it because this is an invasion of privacy. Like right after right after 9/11, 2001, September 11th, with the World Trade Center attacks. 2004, they came up with the Verichip Corporation. The first family that got the chip in, they said, "Oh, I need my family to be more secured, blah, 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 blah." This was all part of their plan. The government needed to create a crisis so they can manage the outcome and offer their solution. But this is what they're doing, and many people are being manipulated by it, and this is all I wanted to say. This is what they're doing. This is big government, and this is what we got to do. We got to stand up against Big Brother, and we got to not bow before tyranny, because this is all that they want. They want more control and more power over everybody, and this is what's going on, people. People need to wake up and realize what is at stake here, because the internationalists are taking over. This is totally incredible, ladies and gentlemen. This is literally crazy. Because right now there's three entities, okay? There's three organizations that are in control of the world's food supply. So with time, it's going to go down to one. It's going to control it. One entity is going to control the world's food supply. And now they're saying, oh, now we have a water crisis, so we need a global entity to control the water supply. And it goes on and on and on. This is Agenda 21. This is the world government taking control. And it's incredible. The United Nations is calling for a global political system, a global political leader, one single dictator. And this too was crazy. I was just thinking about it. It doesn't make any sense at all. Yesterday I was talking to my brother, and before he got one thing in his mailbox, now he has a second thing in his mailbox, now one more, he's getting kicked out of his house. Guess why? Guess why they're going to kick him out of his house if he gets one more thing? This is totally against the Constitution. This is control, people. Because he didn't mow his lawn. Because he did not mow his lawn. What is he supposed to do? If he doesn't have, because I don't want to mention stuff, just pray for him if you can, because certain stuff, I don't want to mention the stuff that happened. So he doesn't have a lawnmower. I don't think he has a lawnmower. He has to use the neighbors. So just because you don't mow your lawn, you have to warn people. This is total control, ladies and gentlemen. This is Agenda 21. Like, I was just talking to someone too the other day. She told me that the farmers, imagine, farmers, they're starting to get arrested because they're growing their own food, blah, 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 blah. Because the government wants everybody to relate on them. They don't want you to make your own food. And I think there was another guy in Florida too that got arrested because he had his own garden. The government wants people to relate on them. That's what they're doing. And ladies and gentlemen, they are pushing for a one-child policy. Like, I can go on and tell you guys thing after thing. But before this ends, because this is what they're doing. They're totally destroying sovereign countries because they're bringing in a one-world government. Well, it's already here. They're uniting everything because everything's going to be one. Because I forget when it was, but I don't know if it was this year. I think it was this year. I'm not sure if it was this year or a couple of years. I forget when it was. But Obama recently signed an executive order that is pushing us closer to a North American Union. Because think about it. We already have an African Union. We have an Asian Union. We have a European Union. And now what is underway is a North American Union where Canada, US, and Mexico emerge into one super country. And we share the same currency, just like Europe. Because the Bilderberg's goal was met. The first thing that their plan was laid out was to create the United States of Europe. So they had to unite the countries of Europe into the European Union, and they were successful. The next step was the Asian Union, African Union. Now what they're planning on is the North American Union, and that's not their end game. Their end game is world government. So what they're going to do is they're going to unite the Asian Union, the African Union, and the North American Union into the European Union with all other countries. These are the 10 kings. They're regionalizing the world into 10 sections, and this is what they're doing. Okay, people need to realize that this is what's going on, and so many other things that's happening. It's not even funny. So whoever you are, may you resist this biometrics, because this is dictatorship. Okay, it's coming in from Homeland Security. They said without a biometric scan, you're not going to be able to travel. You're not going to be able to open a bank account. You're not going to be able to get a job. This is total dictatorship. So we must stand up against this when this comes. Okay. So that's all I got to say. I just want to leave this behind with people. This is the police state. Just think about it. Before they get the mark of the beast, then they're going to get people used to it by using their hands. Now you guys can check this up too. It's called Patient Secure. Because they say, you know what? People's fingerprints change. So they have this new palm scanning machine at the hospital where they go in and they put their hand on it. They say, you know what? People's fingerprints change. Well, because I guess some people's fingerprints can get washed off if it gets burned or whatever. But it said your veins never change. So it reads your vein pattern. Isn't that funny? They said this is a new thing. It's better because some people come in with the same last name, same birthday, and we confuse different files up when we mix them up. So by using digitally hand scanning, we get your information automatically on the computer. They're making it all sound good. But remember, this is through fear and manipulation. They're programming the people's minds to when the mark of the beast comes, that people will willingly accept it. So this is the police state, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted you guys to be aware of this. This is what's happening. They're bringing in a one-world government with a one-world religion. Everything's going to be united. A one-world monetary system. Now I said they want a single global food regulator where one person is in control of the food. Like, I can go on, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's happening exactly as the Bible said over 2,000 years ago. So for my brothers and sisters in Christ, be ready to meet the Lord, because Jesus is about to come back and we're about to get out of here. So be ready. Jesus is about to come back. The rapture is the next event to take place on God's prophetic clock. And God bless you all.